children. See, in last class I taught you the lesson, half lesson Karna, written by Chakravarti Rajagopal Achari. So, two parts I explained from this lesson. In first part we learned about that the exhibition, whatever they learnt, they wants to exhibit in front of the people, that Kauravas and Pandava princes, they wants to show their skill in front of the public and the royal family, that they showed their talent and skill, and Arjuna was also shown his talent and skill in archery. And what happened here, children, that time when they it was in ending time, that one person entered the stadium, that he said in loud voice that he challenged Arjun that he will show whatever the Arjun showed the skills, no, he is showing more than him. He is much talented than Arjun. He told, and he wants to show his skill. But that was only for princess and that royal family members. And what happened here? But they won't allow Karna. That time Duryodhana, he made Karna as the king of Anga, and he announced he was the king. And that time he wants to show his skill. But again the Kripacharya started to ask about the family background of Karna. But actually he was not belonging to a royal family, that he was the son of Adhiratha, charioteer of that royal family. So what happened here? That Bhima said that he was not able to show his skill, and he was not able to take fight with Arjun. At least he was not have ability to die in the hands of Arjun. This type he insulted, that Bhima insulted Karna. That time Duryodhana, what did, children? He took that Karna's hand and he taken away from that stadium. Karna out of that stadium he took away. And what happened here, children, that due to his family background, he was unable to show his talent in that stadium. So here in the next part we learned that about Parshurama, that Karna told lie to Parshurama, that to learn how to use Brahmastra mantra, he wants to learn. So what he did, children, that Parshurama, he was not at all teaching to Kshatriyas. So he said he was a Brahmin, and he behaved as Brahmin only in front of Parshurama. But he learnt all the things from Parshurama. But one day what happened, children, when Parshurama lay down on his thigh and he was taking the rest, that one stinging worm came and he started to do hole in his thigh. That blood started to flow out of his thigh. So much blood came out of his body, that started to flow away. That what happened, that he didn't shake from that place, because that Guru Parshurama slept on his thigh. No? So if he did shaking, means he will got up. It seems he didn't move. He tolerated so much pain that war was giving. He was tolerated all that pain without a single movement. Without moving here and there, he tolerated all the pain, because he wants to, he was not ready to disturb his Guru Parshurama. So what happened here, children? When Parshurama got up and he saw that so much blood came out of Karna's body, that time he identified he is not a Brahmin. He is maybe the Kshatriya or somehow, because he know very well that Brahmins cannot tolerate so much body sufferings. So when he tolerated all that body sufferings, that Parshurama became very angry, that he said lie to him. By telling lie, he learned the mantra of Brahmastra from him. So he gave a curse to Karna, that whenever there is a very much necessity of Brahmastra, that time you forget the mantra whatever I taught to you. This type of curse given by Parshurama to Karna. And what happened here, children? And next, that Bhishma, you know very well, the grandsire of that Kuru Amsha, Kuru race, and he was the oldest one in that family. And in war, that in battle he laid down on the arrow bed. And that time Karna went and he gave salutation to Bhishma, that he know very well he was not a son of Radha and he was a son of Kunti Devi, first son of Kunti Devi, that he came in the blessings of God Bhaskara or sun, we are telling. So what happened, he know very well, but he was not so much pleased with Karna because that he was always hating Pandavas. That Bhishma always in favor of Pandavas because dharma was there only, but Karna always continued his enmity towards the Pandavas. So that time what happened, Bhishma was not ready to accept Karna in the battle to fight against Pandavas. That time he also requested that you go and join Pandavas. You are the eldest son of Kunti Devi and go and join Pandavas. This is the right way. This is the right time. You go and join Pandavas. But that Karna was not ready to go and join Pandavas because he taken so much favor from Duryodhana. So he was not ready to give him up in this time, in this battle time. He was not ready to leave Duryodhana because he gave so much support to Karna, that Duryodhana supported so much, so many times to Karna, that when Pandavas teased him, that time Duryodhana came and supported to Karna. So he was not ready to forget his favor whatever Duryodhana did to him. So he was not ready to go to Pandavas and he wants to fight against Pandavas only and he wants to die. So this is about the second part. Now in third part, children, page number 135. Karna listened respectfully and replied, Grandsire, I know I am Kunti's son and not charioteer boy, but I have eaten Duryodhana's salt and must be true to him, to be true to my own lineage. See what happened here? I know very well that when Bhishma said that you are not the charioteer son, you are son of Kunti Devi. That time Karna listened carefully whatever Bhishma was told and he replied to Bhishma that I know very well I am the son of Kunti Devi. I am not the son of charioteer. But I am not ready to live in this time Duryodhana because Duryodhana's salt, that I eaten Duryodhana's salt. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ದುರ್ಯೋಧನನ ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನು ತಿಂದಿನಿ, ಅವನನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಈ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಂಡವಾಸ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ, ದುರ್ಯೋಧನನ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವನು ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಉಪಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಕರ್ಣನಿಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಫೇವರ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ Duryodhana. Lineage means family, and that Radha, that mother of Adhiratha and Radha, they did so much for Karna. ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೂಸನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಜೋಪಾನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ನಾನು ಪಾಂಡವರ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರ್ಣ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, he rejected this statement of Bhishma, offer of Bhishma. That lineage means family. It is impossible for me to go over to the Pandavas now. He said that Duryodhana and my family, that Radha and Adhiratha, they were parents, that I can't live in this time. I can't go to Pandavas. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ at this battle moment, that war moment, I can't go. ನಾನು ಈಗ ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಪಾಂಡವರ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ ಈಟನ್ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್, ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಉಪಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ he rejected this offer. You must permit me to repay with my life, if it is so be, the debt I owe to Duryodhana for his love and trust. See, that Duryodhana gave so much love and he trusted me. He trusts me now also and he loves me so much. So in this time I can't leave my friend. So he supported me, he made king of Anga and he gave so much support and all to me, moral support. But I can't live in this time, I can't live Duryodhana. He loves me, he trusts me. How can I live in this time? No, I can't live Duryodhana. I have erred greatly in word and deed. Erred means do wrong. I can't do wrong. At this moment, I can't do wrong. Na tappana madangilla. I can't do any wrong. I can't take any wrong decision because Duryodhana he loves me and he trusts me. I can't leave Duryodhana in this moment. You must forgive me for it all and give me your blessings. That he asked the blessings of Bhishmacharya. That he asked Bhishma blessings and he told that I can't go in this moment, I can't go to Pandavas. I will be with Duryodhana and I will fight against Pandavas only. With Duryodhana only I will be stay. The great Acharya who knew all the laws of right conduct reflected for a while on what Karna said and replied, do then as you wish, for that is the right way. That Bhishmacharya, he know very well that he is also the great follower of truth and all. So he said that whatever is right to you, you do that one. But I said that you should go to Pandavas. But if you are not ready, no problem. Which is the right way to you, you select that one and move ahead. Bhishma gave his blessings to Karna. You are like the good earth to the seeds, like rain clouds to living beings, ever dependable forms in your loyalty. Serve Duryodhana and save him. See, he said at last, Bhishmacharya said that you are a good seed for a good land. You help Duryodhana and save him and support him. At last, Duryodhana, Bhishmacharya said that, okay, no problem. If you don't want to go to Pandavas, no problem. You stay with Duryodhana and support him and save him. He gave his blessings to Karna. Karna, having received the benediction of the grandsire, mounted his chariot and rode to the battlefield. See, benediction means blessings. Benediction, blessings. He took the blessing of Bhishmacharya and he went to battlefield, war field. He went in his chariot. When the valorous Karna entered the field on his war chariot, Duryodhana's joy knew no bounds. See, he became very happy when Karna, after taking the blessings of Bhishmacharya, he came in his chariot and he entered the war field, battlefield. That Duryodhana became very happy. There were no bounds. He beyond control. He was very happy. Duryodhana was very happy when he saw Karna. He entered the battlefield. His sorrow at having lost Bhishma was in some degree elevated. See, that he was so much worried that Bhishmacharya, he was, no one can kill Bhishmacharya because that blessing given to him by his father. Ichhamarani. When he wants no, that time he can die. That type of one blessing he got from his father. ಅವರ ತಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವರ ಅದು. But what happened here, children, when Bhishmacharya laid down on the arrow's bed, no, that time what happened? That Duryodhana became very worried that who will take next care of me, that type. That what happened here, that when Karna entered, no, he little bit, he forgot that worry of Bhishmacharya. He can't fight now on behalf of Duryodhana. So now Karna entered and he became very happy. The death of Karna. The princess of the Kaurava army installed Karna as generalissimo. Karna stood up in his gorgeous war chariot driven by Shalya. That generalissimo means the chief commander of army. They made Karna as the chief commander of Kaurava army. And afterwards what happened, children? He came in his gorgeous means attractive chariot. He came and driven by Shalya. He was also one of the king. Gorgeous means attractive. Attractive. Gorgeous means attractive. That he came in his attractive chariot and that chariot driven by Shalya. The dauntless confidence of his bearing and his great renown as a warrior heartened the Kauravas. That what happened here? He was dauntless, fearless. He was so confident in war. That he was so confident and he was a fearless person, Karna. He came in his chariot to fight against Pandavas. Then followed a great battle. The son of Surya sent a dazzling arrow which sparked fire and made for Arjuna like a serpent with its flaming double tongue out. That Surya, he sent one weapon, arrow to Karna. That it had a two-head serpent. And he wants to kill the Arjuna. That Karna, he shooted that arrow towards Arjuna, and it may be little bit time it will kill Arjuna. It had two heads and it wants to kill Arjuna. Then Krishna, Arjuna's charioteer, at the nick of time pressed the vehicle down 5 fingers deep in the mud, so that the serpent shaft just missed Partha's head but struck off his helmet. See here what happened when Karna shot an arrow towards Arjuna. That extremely bright, dazzling means extremely bright one arrow he shooted towards the Arjuna. What happened to children that time? That serpent arrow that it was went to kill Arjuna. At that time the charioteer Krishna was, Arjuna's charioteer was Krishna. That what he did, he pulled that he pressed the vehicle, that chariot he pressed downside, inside the mud he pressed, and that arrow taken Arjuna's helmet and he moved forward. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಅರ್ಜುನನ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ, ರಥವನ್ನು ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಗಬ್ಬಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಬರೀ ಅರ್ಜುನನ ಒಂದು ಕಿರೀಟವನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Arjuna was red with shame and anger, and he fixed a dart on his bow to make the end of Karna. That he became very shameful. Arjuna became shame. That his face became red due to the attack of Karna and his arrow. That then he decided to kill Karna at that moment. And Karna's fate hour was come, and as had been foretold, the left wheels of his chariot suddenly sank in the blood mire. See, that bad time came to Karna. That when Arjuna decided to kill Karna, that bad time, that whatever the curse he got, that all came at once to him. That chariot wheel one sank in the mud. ರಥದ ಒಂದು ಗಾಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಮಣ್ಣೊಳಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಕರ್ಣದ. ಅದು ಕೂಡ that was also one of the curse. ಅದು ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ ಕರ್ಣನಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So what happened, children? That chariot wheel that sank in the mud. He jumped down on the ground to lift the wheel up from the mud. That Karna jumped out of the chariot and he started to lift the wheel of the chariot. ರಥದ ಗಾಲಿಯನ್ನು ಮೇಲೆ ಎತ್ತೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. Wait a minute, he cried. My chariot has sunk in the ground. Great warrior as you are, and knowing dharma as you do, you would certainly not take unfair advantage of this accident. That Karna shouted loudly. I am lifting the wheel from the mud. My chariot's one wheel sank in the mud and I am lifting that one. Don't shoot now. Don't attack on me. This is not dharma, he said to Arjuna. I shall presently set my car right and give you all the battle you want. That he said, first I will lift the wheel of the chariot, then I will give correct fight to you. Don't attack now. In this time you don't attack on me. This is not dharma. That Karna told to Arjuna. Arjuna hesitated. Karna was now somewhat on account of misshape. He remembered the curse that had been pronounced on him and again appealed to Arjuna's sense of honor. See what happened here? That 1 minute. Pause. Hesitated means Arjuna pause. 1 minute he became silent. What to do? He don't know whether he has to attack on Karna or not. He was in little bit confusion. That Karna remembered that wheel sank in the mud. No, that was also one of the curse. That time Karna remembered that curse. And that Arjuna was in confusion whether he has to attack or not. Krishna intervened. Ha Karna, he exclaimed, it is well that you too remember that there are things like fair play. Now that you are in difficulty, you are remember them indeed. But when you and Duryodhana and Dushasana and Sakuni dragged Draupadi to the hall of assembly and insulted her, how was it you forgot them utterly? That Krishna became very angry when he told this is not dharma. No, that time Krishna became very angry on Karna. That when that Dushasana brought that Draupadi to the hall by dragging her on the way, he dragged her and he brought that so much harassment gone and so much tease. You all teased to Draupadi in a bad way, bad words. That time where was your dharma? Where was your dharma? That was the right way to do with a lady. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆಯನ್ನ ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಅಸಹ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ಧರ್ಮ? ನೀ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿ? ಅವಾಗ ನಿನಗೆ ಧರ್ಮ ನೆನಪಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಧರ್ಮ ಟು ಅರ್ಜುನ. ದಟ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಆಂಗ್ರಿ ಆನ್ ಕರ್ಣ. ಯು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಡ್ inveigle Dharmaputra, who was fond of play but was unskilled at it, to gamble, and you can cheated him. See, Dharmaraya, he defeated in that unskilled gambling. He was defeated in gambling and he lost everything in that one. That time also you are cheated. You are in the party of that Duryodhana and Shakuni. That you supported Duryodhana and Shakuni. That time also, not Dharmaputra. Then that time you can't remember dharma. Now you are teasing to Arjuna that lesson of dharma. Where had your fair play hidden itself then? Was it fair play to refuse to give to Yudhishthira his kingdom when, according to the pledge, the 12 years of forest life and the 13th year were duly completed? Incognito means that disguise. That 12 years they went to forest and 1 year they should be in disguise. Means no one should recognize them. ಪಾಂಡವ ಅಜ್ಞಾತವಾಸ 12 ವರ್ಷ ವನವಾಸ ಮತ್ತು 1 ವರ್ಷ ಅಜ್ಞಾತವಾಸ. That no one should recognize them. If anyone recognized that Pandavas, again they have to go 12 years forest. This type was a challenge when in the gambling time. That they came after that all finished and they came to give that kingdom. You can't told to Duryodhana to give their ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್. ಅವರ ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು. ಅವಾಗ ಧರ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ನಿನಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Incognito means disguise. What had happened to dharma you appeal for now? You conspired with the wicked men who sought to poison and kill Bhima. That when they were small children, no, Bhima, Duryodhana and all, that Duryodhana gave poison to Bhima. That in milk he gave poison and he made to Bhima to drink that one. That he also, now Krishna remembered that one also. Such a person you supported in your whole life. You supported a person who did all mistakes, whole life only he did mistakes, and you are supported that person only. You didn't tell anything dharma to Duryodhana, but now you are telling dharma to Arjuna. You acquiesced in the plot to burn the Pandavas alive when sleeping in the place of wax into which they had been lured. See, what happened to Dharma all that time? That made one wax palace they did children that, and that Pandavas they went there. Then they wants to burn and kill them. They made a plan to kill them in that wax palace. That with the help of Krishna they came out of that danger. But what happened here children? That time where was the dharma? That time you know very well they wants to kill in that wax palace to Pandavas. That time you didn't tell any dharma to Duryodhana. Was dharma? ಅದು ಧರ್ಮವಾಗಿತ್ತಾ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. What did Dharma tell you when violent hands were laid on Draupadi and you were looking on enjoying the sight? See, that Dushasana dragged her from her palace to this gambling place. He dragged her and brought her. That time where was Dharma? You supported and laughed and you enjoyed that scene. That now you are talking about Dharma. Did you not then mock at her, saying, "Your husbands have left you unprotected. Go and marry another husband." That time Karna teased Draupadi that all your 5 husbands were left you and you better to marry one more person. That time you teased to Draupadi also. That time where was Dharma? Huh? You enjoyed that moment, that scene you have enjoyed. Draupadi was crying, but you didn't support her. You supported to Duryodhana and you also enjoyed the scene, and again you said few more words. You teased her. In wrong words you said to her. That time where was Dharma? The tongue that was not ashamed to utter those words now talks of chivalry. That he is telling. Now you are telling about Dharma to Arjuna. But that time when you teased Draupadi, you can't ashamed. How you talk that such a bad words? Huh? Your tongue not, how your tongue told these shameless words, how you used against Draupadi. Now you are talking about Dharma. Chivalry indeed, when a mob of you surrounded the young Abhimanyu and shamelessly slew him. What the chivalry? Wicked man, do not talk now of chivalry and fair play, for you have never honored them. See, Abhimanyu Chakravyuha, that prepared by Dronacharya. He was so talented, Dronacharya. That Abhimanyu know only to enter in that Vyuha, Chakravyuha. But he don't know how to come out of that one. That time all that Kauravas, whatever the kings were there, no, they all laughed and they all at a time attacked on one person only. That small boy he was, they killed him. So that was a son of Arjuna. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸುತ್ತುವರೆದು ಅಭಿಮನ್ಯುವನ್ನ ಕೊಚ್ಚಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಬ್ಬರ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಭಿಮನ್ಯು. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅಲೋನ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ದೇ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಲಾಫ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಭಿಮನ್ಯು. ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಧರ್ಮ? Now you are talking about dharma. When Krishna was denouncing him in this manner in order to urge Arjun to prompt action, Karna bent his head in shame and uttered not a word. That why Krishna told all this? Because he wants to remember Arjuna. That Arjuna was in confusion whether he shoot him or not. That time what happened, when Krishna started to criticize Karna in this way, he remembered whatever happened in the past. Everything Krishna remembered to Arjuna, and he wants to encourage Arjuna to fight against Karna at that moment. So what happened? He ordered to urge Arjuna to prompt action. He wants that Arjuna should take action now on Karna. But Arjuna was in little bit confusion. So Krishna what he did? He remembered all whatever happened in the past. He remembered everything to Arjuna, and Arjuna started to fight. But Karna didn't say anything. He was very shameful in that manner. That whatever Krishna said, no, that all was right. That time, that Karna supported Duryodhana only. He know very well that's a bad manners. Then also he supported Duryodhana. So now Krishna, when he said all these words, no, Karna made his head down and he didn't say a single word. He silently ascended the chariot, leaving the wheel still stuck in the mud, and took his bow and sent an arrow at Arjuna with unerring aim and such power that he stunned for a moment. See what happened here? That without saying single word to Krishna, that Karna started to lift his chariot wheel, and without warning he started to attack on Arjuna. He sent an arrow to Arjuna. What happened, children? That it was aimless one, unfalling. That aimless arrow he sent on Arjuna. That actually Arjuna was not ready to fight that moment, but when Karna sent an arrow against Arjuna, that Arjuna also started to fight. Karna utilized the respite one to jump down again and hurriedly tried to lift the chariot wheel up, but the curse was too strong for him, and fortune had deserted the great warrior. Deserted means leave. That fortune deserted that great warrior, and the curse was so strong that wheel didn't come out of the mud. The wheel would not budge, though he strove with all his great strength. That he lifted with all his strength, he lifted, but the curse was so strong that the wheel didn't come up out of the mud. Then he tried to recall the mantras of mighty astras he had learned from Parshurama, but his memory failed in the hour of his need. Even Parshurama had foretold that he learned how to use Brahmastra, but that curse that Parshurama gave curse to Karna, that he said like that he was a Brahmin, that he said at what moment you want that mantra, you will forget that one he gave on curse to Karna, and he forgot the mantra, that Brahmastra mantra only Karna forgot. Waste no more time, Arjuna, cried Madhava, send your shaft and slay your wicked enemy. Madhava means Krishna, that he shouted loudly on Arjuna, don't waste the time, send your arrow on Karna and finish him. This type that Krishna advised to Arjuna. Arjuna's mind was wavering, his hand hesitated to do what was not chivalrous, but when Krishna said this, the poet says, Arjuna accepted this command of the Lord and sent an arrow which cut and served the head of the Radheya. See, when Krishna cried, shouted that, don't waste the time, send your arrow, then Arjuna actually was not ready to do that work, but when Krishna said loudly, he sent one arrow and that cut the Karna's head, and that was the end of Radheyas. The poet had not the heart to impute this act to Arjuna, who was embodiment of nobility. That he was not ready to condemn the Arjuna, because he received the order of Lord Krishna and he did that work. It was the Lord Krishna that incited Arjuna to kill Karna when he was vainly trying to raise his chariot out of the mud in which it had stuck. That it was actually, this was not the fault of Arjuna, because he obeyed the order of Lord Krishna. That was the order of Krishna to kill Karna at that moment when he was lifting the wheel of chariot from the mud. According to the code of honor and laws of the war prevailing then, it was wholly wrong. Who could bear the responsibility for breaches of dharma except the Lord himself? See, actually this is wrong. That according to the rules of that war, that laws and rules of that war, it was wrong. But when Krishna only, the Lord only told this one, means to whom we should blame. This is wrong, but he is told so many wrong done by Karna also, in so many circumstances, situations he did wrong. He supported to a wrong person. So what happened here, children? That Karna actually now died, but what happened here, children? And at the last moment, that Lord Krishna shouted loudly on Arjuna not to waste the time. So this time the Karna ended, finished in the hands of Arjuna. So this was the lesson written by C. Rajagopalachari, and so here, children, actually he wrote Mahabharata in English, but only few parts of Karna only took in this lesson to for you guys. Okay, so this is about the lesson Karna. So this was one of the non-detailed lesson, big one lesson is there. So you read the lesson and try to understand the whole lesson.